Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Cowboy Mike. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Welcome back to BBQ, where we talk about bikes, brew, Q, and everything in between. Today we're going to talk about a saying, it goes, actions speak louder than words. And the way I kind of always talk about it is, your actions betray your priorities. What I mean by that is you got to take a look at where you are and where you want to go, and do your actions line up? So without further ado, let's jump right in. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Cowboy Mike. Today we're going to talk about priorities. And I have this saying that your priorities and your actions may not be in sync. You'll always get the results of your actions and sometimes of your priorities. And we're going to talk about what that means. Now, everybody knows that you set priorities, like things, and by definition, you can only have one priority. Something can only be in the first position, right? The reality is there are competing things of importance in our lives, and sometimes that priority list has to get shifted real time. In motivation, some of you may have heard about the focus funnel, and when you're reprioritizing something, you take it from the bottom and you put it back at the top, and you re-sift it. That's another good thing if you're willing to learn or looking to learn. The focus funnel is something to look up. I'll put a link in the show notes about that. But you'll always get the results of your actions. Sometimes those sync with priorities, sometimes they don't. The better you get at synchronizing those things, the more successful you'll be in achieving what you're setting out to. Some of the things that get in people's way is they say, well, I don't feel like it, or I don't have any motivation. That's kind of a BS answer or a BS excuse. It's true. You may not feel like it, and you may not have the motivation. Who cares? Or so what? You got to think about it this way. You go to work, and this applies to many people, maybe not all of you that may be listening to this, but people go to work every day and they say, man, I don't feel like going to work. I'm so tired. I don't want to go. I just want to sleep in. And you make yourself go to work. For whatever reason, you make yourself go to work even though you don't feel like it, right? So you make yourself do that. Well, the interesting part is you're doing that for often an employer who has kind of a consequence system. If you don't come to work, you don't stay employed. And so there's this mechanism on their side that's, in a way, it encourages you, and really it's helping you have that conversation in the head. If I don't show up, I'm not going to have a job. If I don't have a job, I can't do these other things. But in the moment, you don't really think about those other things. You just say, if I don't go in and I follow that path, I'm not going to have a job, right? Well, that's it. You're not motivated to go to work. You're not motivated to do that workout. You're not motivated to make that change. But what you do is make yourself go to work. But you don't make yourself do any of those other things, and that's on you, right? I can't reach inside your brain and give you motivation, or I can't reach inside your brain. No one can reach inside your brain and flip that switch for you to say, now you feel like it. It's really on you. It's why I say you can't really rely on feeling like it, or on motivation. Instead, and we talked about part of this in the previous podcast, what do you want to change about the world? What are you trying to accomplish? What's your mission or your vision of what things could be like? Some people might even call that your passion, right? At the very least, when you're focusing on those things, you can justify in your head, this is why I gotta go do it. When you're saying, I don't want to go to work, well, the motivation is, or your mission is, I don't want to lose a job, right? Well, what I'm proposing is, you've got really cool things inside your head that you always wanted to do, right? You should do them. Even when you don't feel like getting started, you should get started. Because you make yourself do it for all these other things, but you're not doing those things for yourself. Go back, listen to the last podcast. When you're doing those things for other people, you're not in alignment with the things that you want to do, you want to change, then you're going to feel off. There will come times and you can snap yourself back. Really, at that point, depending on how long you're going, now we come back to habit, right? And I think that's an important thing to focus on as well, habits. Part of the reason why you could be stuck is you're stuck in a bad habit, or probably multiple habits, right? It's really just that routine that is keeping you on that path. So in many ways, we'll take it back to, there's the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? Well, you can, but it becomes harder to break habit. It also becomes harder to change mindset the longer you go. Not impossible. There's plenty of research on that. We'll not get into it, but a simple reason is, someone loses a job, or someone loses a partner, or a friend, a very, very close friend. I've seen it happen with people losing their parents. That's a traumatic shift. And it's big enough to cause habit change. And in a way, that habit change is forced because of an external circumstance. And my whole point is, why do we have to wait around for that external trigger? We don't. You don't. And if you think you can't, you're lying to yourself. Because you can change. You set what it is in your mind, how much energy you want to devote to whatever it is that you wanted to devote it to. That's your choice. Because what you're saying, if you think the reverse, right? If you think the reverse, you're basically saying that the external environment dictates my motivation, right? It dictates the way I act. Really? Is that true? You're saying you don't have any control. Now, if you believe that, just shut this off and, maybe I should say, if you really believe that and you're not even open to considering that you're actually more in control of your decisions, then just shut this off, because you don't need to listen to this. Go do something that you feel is more productive. Don't continue listening. Now, if you are open to understanding that you really are more in control, because you have been in the situation, I don't feel like going to class, I don't feel like mowing the lawn, I don't feel like taking the trash, but you made yourself go and do it. Well, you can do that with everything. Part of that is creating a habit of doing that. It's also been said, focus on things that you're afraid of, right? If you focus on doing the things that you're afraid of, with relation to things you want to achieve in life, like I want to go to school, but I'm not sure. I want to start a business, but I'm not sure. I want to get into a relationship, but I'm unsure or uncertain about asking somebody else out, putting myself out there. Okay, so it has to be related to what you want to achieve. But if you focus on what might be holding you back, it's gonna take you great places. And it's really that simple. And don't lie to yourself, because you believe it. That it sounds good, and I've heard that a lot. I'll get around to it. When? The longer you go like that, not getting around to it, the worse it's going to be. It's pretty simple. If you're trying to get somewhere, gain traction, you got to go out and do it. You got to do it. You got to take that first step. Just do it. Just do one thing. And if you think that one thing is too big, here's a little tip. Break it down, right? If you say, it's on my checklist, it's on my to-do list, I'm going to make it to the gym today, and it's on your list and you end up not going to the gym, right? Cool. So take what it is you have to do to go to the gym. Pack my gym bag. Okay, you'll probably do that. That's easy. Put my gym bag into the car, right? Put it in the car so it's ready. Get in the car. Just get in the car, drive towards the gym. If you can't make it based on just writing down, go to the gym, break it down into steps you can do, right? That's easy. And anything you want to accomplish, you can break it down into smaller tasks that will eventually lead you to that end goal. And that's it. So it's kind of like a game you're playing with yourself. This to-do list item is so big, it's so daunting. How do I get it done? Well, that's my tip, right? Just break it down into something that you can do, and quit lying to yourself that something's too hard, because nothing's really too hard. It might be challenging, you might not have the skills, you might not know what to do. When it comes to many things, it's really simple. You have to figure it out, get someone to figure it out, find someone to help you figure it out. You got to get the knowledge and information one way or another. And then there's the other side of that, is you have to put that into action, right? Because I've said it before, you can't read a book on martial arts and throw yourself out into a tournament and expect to do well, right? You can't pick up most skills and we'll say you can't pick up most complex skills and just go out, do them, and be successful just like that. If you can, even better. For most people, that's not going to happen. So take a look at where you are today, take a look at where you want to be, and look at your actions. And I'm guaranteeing you that your actions really betray what your real priorities are. And that may be because you're stuck in some bad habits that you have to change. Well, there's your first step. You got to look at all those habits, and you got to figure out how to shift them so that you can be more in line with your priorities and your actions are more in line with where you want to go. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for sticking through this one. I know it's shorter than most, but is something that has been on my mind. I'll catch you later, guys. This is Cowboy Mike. Bye now. Hey guys, you made it to the end. Thanks so much for sticking through the episode. It was really fun putting this one together. There are a lot of things that kind of go through my mind as I'm going through my day or I'm talking with friends, and this has always been one of the topics because I talk to a lot of people, and one of the things is they are trying to get somewhere and they can't really figure out why they're not getting there. And if in all of our lives we go through this periodically, and sometimes you just kind of have to focus on, what am I doing, and if I keep doing those things, is it going to take me to where I want to go? It doesn't really matter if it's slow or fast. It's simply, do your actions inevitably at some unknown time in the future, are they taking you towards where you want to go? And if you want to make it there faster, then you just focus on the actions more. And if you're okay with the pace, then you stay on course. And that's pretty much it for today. One more thing before you guys go, we are trying to grow the podcast, and we know that the best way to do that is through word of mouth. If you found this entertaining or useful, go ahead and share it with someone who you think might enjoy it as well. Until next time, guys, this is Cowboy Mike, and as I always say, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and in all things show compassion. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye now.